Letters from Rose Baker, Greencastle, Missouri, July 26, 1913. Dear brother, it is with great pleasure and joy that I am writing to you. I had thought never to hear from you again, and it is as though you had risen from the dead, for I have not heard from you for over 30 years. I have wrote and wrote, but could never get any answer. I have wrote to the postmasters at different places, thinking they perhaps could tell me about you, but I never got any answer or any word until the 17th of July this year. I received a letter from Mr. Rod Tilton, Grand Secretary of Oddfellows Lodge of Des Moines, Iowa. He had been hunting for trace of me for 3 or 4 months. He did not send me your address until the second letter, after he got word that I was the person he wanted. You will, I expect, get a letter from him before this reaches you, and I hope his letter and this of mine will find you and yours all well as this leaves us. Well, brother, I do not know how we lost trace of one another, unless it was my moving around so much. George was bothered with ill health a great deal after we moved down to Missouri, and his work compelled him to move from place to place. So for a long time, our post office was not at the same place. Then we quit public work and rented a farm. We did not do much good on that on account of flood. We then bought a small farm, 80 acres on time. We barely made a living on that, and then my health was very bad, and it took easily everything to pay doctor's bills. But we struggled on and bought a larger farm of 200 acres on time, and we are still on it. We owe quite a bit on it, but are in hopes we will be able to get it paid for some time. It is a hard struggle, but perhaps we will come out on top sometime. We might have been but out of debt, but we had to buy 40 acres more, so as to have a road out. I suppose you do not know our father is dead. He died December 18th, 1890, and was buried in Rothley Churchyard, Leicester, England, December 21st, 1890. Uncle Will has been dead a long time. I lost trace of him before he died, and I have lost trace of brothers George and John. John moved from Laidley and sent word not to write until I heard from him. I have never heard since. I find I cannot send John's letter to you, so send his address, the last one I got from him. It is John Preston, Nangan, via Warwick, Queensland, Australia. His last address before was Laidley, Queensland. He left one son there. Write as soon as you can, for I have counted the days whilst I waited for your first one. Well, I will quit for this time, with our best love to you all, George and Rose Baker, Greencastle, Sullivan County, Missouri. Letters from Rose Baker, October 8th, 1913, Greencastle, Sullivan County, Missouri. Dear brother and all, yours of August 24th received, and you may be sure I was glad to find you. We are all well at present, but I think I will be alright in a few days again. I sincerely hope this will find you all well. I am sorry to hear of brother George's loss. Will you please send me his address, as I have wrote to him several times, but he has never answered any time yet. Well, Ike, as you call yourself, my first letter to you was not much satisfaction, I know, but I hope this will be a little better. I was so stunned that I hardly knew what I was writing. I am sorry to hear of the trouble over there. There is lots of trouble here from strikes and riots in the mining and manufacturing districts. I hope it will not be very serious to you in any way. We are a long ways from any town and no mines very close. There is a lot of coal mines about 20 or 25 miles from here, but hardly any trouble, only from men drinking. You asked me if I have heard from home. I have not heard for about 18 years, and then I heard Uncle was dead. I wrote several letters to him, but he did not answer. Before that I wrote to the postmaster there, inquiring about him, but he never answered either. The way I heard of his death was through the Simmons family. They are Aunt Sarah's children, our mother's oldest sister. They are nearly all dead. Aunt Bessie's daughter's name was Mary Ann Coombs. I don't know anything of her for the last 20 years. I don't think she ever married. If she did, God help the man that got her. Dr. Towndrow's uncle's son went to California 40 years ago. His son was killed by the railroad in this state 41 years ago. He was their only child and very dear to them. I have not heard anything of them for about 38 years. They were talking of going to the state of Nevada, but I don't know if they went there. I could never find out. Do you know anything of Sister Mary Ann's child? Where did Sister live when she died? Do you know? Brother John's last letter to me I sent to you. I have wrote to him twice since, but he has never answered. I'm going to write again soon if I keep well. Our nearest town is 11 miles away and very rough roads to go over, and our nearest mail is 3 miles. Last summer, me and Willie's wife and the baby were going for the mail and to a little country store shop, and the horses ran away with us, broke my daughter's arm close to the wrist and bruised her up considerably. It also bruised the baby, but did not make him sick. They were pulled out of the buggy. That is what we call a light carriage here. I stayed with the buggy. It was turned square around and all torn to pieces, and so was I. They picked me up for dead. I had several bones broken, and my right side was a mass of bruises from head to foot. I feel the effects of it yet some, and then you know, I'm like you, getting old. You did not say what you were doing for a living. We are farming. We have had a very, very dry summer crop. In many places was a complete failure, and here everything is very scarce. I think though we will be able to pull through. I hope so. Willie has 3 children, 2 boys, 1 girl. The oldest boy, Ali, is nearly 16. The girl is 9.5 and the other boy is going on 3, and cute as he can be. Well, I must quit. So goodbye, sending our love to you all, and a kiss for that baby from your loving sister and family. Rose Baker, Greencastle, Sullivan County, Missouri. Letter from Rose Baker, November 14th, 1913. Greencastle, Sullivan County, Missouri. Dear brother and sister and family, your loving letter of September 17th received all right. Also your shadows, as you call them. They did not come as soon as the letter, but I got them all right, and they are fine, though I am sorry to see you so broken down. But perhaps the climate has something to do with it. Some parts of this country are very trying on the health of people, and some parts are very healthy. I hope this will find you all in good health. They were all well a few days ago at home. I have not been well for some time. A spell of nervous prostration. I would have answered your letter before had it not been for that. I am some better now. I am now at the home of one of our cousins, Mr. George Simmons. Perhaps you can remember them. He is the son of Aunt Sarah's of Loughborough, Leicestershire. I stayed with her for a while after another died. Well, George's youngest daughter has been very sick, and I am here to help attend her. She is some better now. Mrs. Simmons is not very well, but still not down. Cousin George is not at home at present. He went to see about some land that the government was selling, but he had not got any yet, or we have not heard that he got any. Here at home, he has 160 acres all paid for. He got all his brother John's property. By all rights, I should have got it at John's death. I lived there for 11 years and a half, and he swore I should have everything at his death that he owned. He claimed he had adopted me, but it was false. We'll let it go. I hope, dear brother, that you are in comfortable circumstances, so that you will not have to suffer when you get too old to work. Well, you want to know how many children I had, and if they were married. I had only one, Willie, and he is married, and he has 3 children. They are between 6 and 7 years each one. The oldest and the youngest boys are only 16 and Hugh 3. The middle one is a girl. She is 9 years old. Her name is Charlotte. They all live with us, never known any other home. I will try and get our shadows taken and send them to you soon. Should you not hear from me again soon, I will wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We will have it cold and you hot, I suppose, but it will be Christmas just the same, and I hope you will have a good time. Your pictures were fine. I hope what I have taken will be as good. Kiss that sweet little girl for me, and tell her I will try and send her something to remember me by. Give Margaret a hug and a kiss for me, and give her any love, also the other children. And you know, there is a large share for yourself. Your loving sister and her family, Rose Baker, Greencastle, Sullivan County, Missouri. Letter from Rose Baker, June 12, 1914, Greencastle, Sullivan County, Missouri. Dear brother and family, I hope this will find you all well as this leaves us. At present, don't feel down if you do not hear from me just as soon as you think you ought. We have had a great deal of sickness in this country around here, and I have been away nursing, so do not get any mail, sometimes for several weeks at a time, and so cannot of course answer at once. But my love is with you all the time. I am not at home now. We'll go Sunday if nothing happens, and I shall be glad to go home and rest. I think I told you in my last letter that our cousin George Simmons was dead, also his youngest daughter but one. I am at their house now. I came to visit a nephew of Mrs. Simmons. He is from Loughborough, England, but I had to go off nursing and have just got back this far, and George will come for me Sunday. I am 8 miles from home. With best love to you all, I remain your loving sister, Rose Baker, Greencastle, Sullivan County, Missouri.